really interesting cars, probably one of my favourites for the 22nd of September auction, is the Beetle Pickup Resto mod, hot rod mod. What,
Yeah,
what we're calling it?
Well, it's kind of a cross between a Beetle and a T2 pickup, but it has been custom built.
Yeah.
So let's have a quick look around it and see what's been changed on it.
Really unusual thing about this as well is we've actually got a photograph of the original donor car, the Beetle, and its original service book with service stamps. So the donor car was originally a really well looked after car.
It was. I think it's a 3-owner car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and rare in itself to get the original service book.
Okay. So we'll have a look around this, and then I'd like to get the ramp up and have a look at the usual problem spots on the Beetles underneath.
Yeah. Well, let's just start with the obvious. The fabrication work on this has been done to an excellent standard, I have to say. Something that you wouldn't normally. Yeah, there are other Beetle pickups that have been, modded out there. What they don't bother doing is a roof chop. So, and the proportions are all over the show. This has had a professional roof chop, glass remade for it.
So that's custom glass?
This is custom glass, not plastic glass. Just to get the aesthetics correct.
Oh, it's a great looking thing. And without the roof chop, it wouldn't look right, would it?
No, if you go on Google and have a look, they sit far too high.
Yeah.
It just looks like someone's cut the back off the Beetle, effectively. And then we come down here, and it's little details where they've gone that extra mile. Little things like this. This is very reminiscent of a T2 pickup.
Yeah.
Chassis all been modified at the rear, and obviously back here we've got, I don't know if we can lift it, well we'll have a look from under as well.
That, yeah.
And obviously the engine's been
So what engine's in this?
This has got a 1600, they call it a suitcase engine.
Why do they call it a suitcase engine?
Probably because it looks a bit like a suitcase.
Right, fair dues.
I don't know.
Every day's a school day.
Who knows? Twin Weber carbs. And obviously it's got its...
I picked this up myself. I drove this 30 miles over up the M56. Absolute delight to drive, I have to say. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Made me smile all the way over. Didn't miss a beat. I loved it.
Perfect. I know these are camper van. These are T2
so
rear light clusters.
There's a few
so from the rear, it looks like a T2 camper van.
Yeah.
Stroke pickup.
Yeah. So a lot of the donor parts will have come from a T2 as well.
Yeah. You can see it's lowered. It's on MacPherson strut suspension at the front, and they're adjustable. I think it's on its. It's not on its lowest setting at the moment, and the rear ones are a custom one from. I think they're called bug stops.
They are bug stops, yeah, and they are completely adjustable on the back as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, let's have a look inside then.
Inside, I hope it comes out better on this, because on the photos it does look a bit grey, the seats. I did mention that I think we call it faux leather.
Pleather.
Pleather.
We call it pleather.
It's pleather, just in case, because it did say on the description that it had leather.
Oh, okay.
And right. we'd hate for someone to be disappointed.
We'll get that changed. We'll get that sorted.
I did send an email over.
Great.
But we can obviously.
So just looking at some of the usual rock spots.
That's a 911. Listen to this for a door shut. This is a quality door shut, and I love door shuts like this.
Nice fit.
Wow.
Wow, wow indeed.
Shh.
The suitcase.
The suitcase.
Okay.
Sadly, not full of Reddies.
Twin Webers.
Twin Webers. There you go.
So this has come out of a T2.
Yeah.
Do we think? Do we know?
Say that, yeah, it's 1600. I think it's actually listed on the logbook as 1300, but
because of the original donor vehicle.
Because of the original donor vehicle. But obviously, it's the drivetrain will have been modified. accordingly, as will all the gear linkages, etc. There's no rust.
We're not looking at rust in the channels. We're going to have a look at the floor pans properly underneath as well when we get it up on the ramp.
Yeah, it's had all brand new floor pans in.
Because it's been chopped properly.
That's all documented within the history file.
Really, we'll be able to see that ourselves.
Of course we can.
The
but there are also some photos of this before the carpets were relayed.
But that's going to be simple
which are actually on a Dropbox file. Should anyone want to
access
that?
I mean,
I think it's still on single speaker coming out of the dashboard. Let's have a little walk round.
So Fraser, this is the bit that I normally dread when I'm looking at Beetles, having a look underneath. Floor pans in particular. This is amazing.
Yeah, lovely.
All solid.
This has been raptored as well.
What does that mean?
It's like an expensive stone chip.
Okay.
Looking at this, it's probably been done a few years ago. Nice to see it's not just been freshly stone chipped for the auction.
So whoever did this
somebody spent
a couple of quid on it, didn't they?
A lot of money
spared.
doing this, a lot of time and a lot of money. I don't think you get a lot of change out of 25 grand with the donor vehicle, the fabrication work, the chop, the custom glass. I mean, I think the engine, you're probably at a couple of grand for the engine fully rebuilt, you know, to drop in.
The interior trim was a few quid to get to get that quilting in. So all down the channels.
It's a labour of love. This is that somebody's done.
Yeah, they didn't build this for profit.
And they've not cut any corners with it, you know, which is really nice to see.
So MOT'd?
It's MOT'd.
Recently?
2 weeks ago.
Okay, so 12 months ticket on it.
No advisories.
On the button.
On the button. MOT tester was very impressed with the underside. He was actually a bit shocked with it being a 45-year-old Beetle.
Yeah, I'll bet. As am I.
So, you know, well, we know recently everything's been upgraded. Just having a little ponder myself. You know, the tub here normally goes as well, which is where the spare wheel sits. And as far as, yeah, very dry under here as well.
Yeah, if you can just have a look into there as well, which we normally have issues.
You know, I'm stood here not getting covered in oil.
Or rust dust.
Or rust dust.
So this Beetle's offered in the 22nd of September Classics auction.
Yeah.
It's guided at £11,000 to £13,000, which seems incredible value for money when you look at the build quality. The custom
I mean, what's the price of it? What's a standard Beetle nowadays? We know roughly what it's cost to build.
I don't know, but if I could find one with floor pans like that, I'd probably buy it. So you are invited to come along and inspect all of the cars in the auction.
I mean, we've both driven it.
Yeah.
I think it drives very, very nicely. It's on the button. Brakes are great. Clutch is great. Starts as it should.
Yeah, actually, I did 30 miles up the M56 in it, and I was pleasantly surprised. Like I said,
I've had a quick bomb around the country lanes in it.
A big smile on my face. So you are welcome to come along and inspect any of the cars, including the Beetle Pickup on the ramp, as we are now. We can run them, we can drive them, we can take you out in the car park, you can have a look through the documents file, bring whoever you want, spend as much time as you want coming to look at them. The auction is the 22nd of September, bidding is available on the day, everybody's welcome to attend, online, live online, by telephone, just give us a call to arrange that, or by commission, which again can be arranged directly with us on the phone or online. All the information's at www.manorparkclassics.com, but if there's anything you can't find or anything you need help with, please do get us in touch.